Want smart analysis of the most important news in your inbox every weekday along with other global reads, interesting ideas and opinions to know? Sign up for the Today's Worldview newsletter. The uproar in the wake of President Trump's speech on Jerusalem was as widespread as it was predictable. During a brief speech in the White House with a Christmas tree and a mute Vice President Pence as the backdrop, Trump announced his decision to formally recognize the Holy City as Israel's capital, as well as a plan to eventually move the U.S. embassy there from Tel Aviv. As we explained yesterday, Trump did so in the face of almost unanimous opposition from the international community. For the second time in 2 weeks, he received a stern rebuke from the British Prime Minister. Pope Francis expressed his deep concern over any move that disrupts the status quo of the city. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said the whole thing was a red line for Muslims and threatened to cut diplomatic ties with Israel. Figures as diverse as the French president, the Saudi king and the Iranian supreme leader reproached Trump for taking a decision that all believe imperils the prospects for a two-state solution. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, whose political career has hinged on being the main Arab interlocutor in the U.S.-backed peace process, said Trump's speech marked a declaration of withdrawal by the United States from its role as a mediator between Israelis and Palestinians. The only world leader who seemed pleased was exactly the one you would have guessed. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said it was a historic day. Jerusalem has been the focus of our hopes, our dreams, our prayers for 3 millennia. Jerusalem has been the capital of the Jewish people for 3,000 years. The city's authorities beamed a joint image of the Israeli and U.S. flags on the old city's ramparts. Tonight, the old city walls of Jerusalem are illuminated with the American and Israeli flags to commemorate this historic day. pic.twitter.com/8hattkbtlo3 AIPAC, at AIPAC, December 6, 2017. In his remarks, the president hailed Jerusalem as the capital the Jewish people established in ancient times and said it was time to take a new approach to a conflict that has no resolution in sight. The irony here is that, no matter the claims to age-old right that accompany the debate over Jerusalem, the current dispute is profoundly modern. An earlier generation of secular Zionists was disinterested in the Holy City, an abode of myriad sects and zealots, and focused on building Tel Aviv and other modern visions of the new Israeli state. But that changed over decades of war. The Arab-Jewish conflict escalated into a nationalistic conflict, with Jerusalem at its center, said Yehoshua Ben-Ari of Hebrew University to the New York Times. Jerusalem was a city holy to 3 religions, but the moment that, in the land of Israel, 2 nations grew, the Jewish people and the local Arab people both embraced Jerusalem. More than Jerusalem needed them, they needed Jerusalem.